Welcome back to another Cinema Talks video. Today we're going to be breaking down the Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 2 trailer. Now to me, this trailer was absolutely hype and insane. I feel like they never miss with the Volume 2 trailers especially. So let's go ahead and jump right in and start breaking down the trailer. So the trailer picks up right where we left off in episode 4 as we see Will kneeling down in the aftermath. There's a bunch of soldiers behind him and open fire as we get a Will voiceover as he says, "We failed and we never stood a chance." We then see Will and Joyce at Hopper's cabin, and Joyce tries to comfort Will by saying, "This is not over, not by a long shot." The next shot of this trailer is of Mike looking up at the sky as red lightning flashes overhead. So now we know that in Volume 2, Mike will be going to the Upside Down at some point. Next up, we see Holly and Max in Camazotz, aka Henry's mind prison, as they go from one memory to the other. But it appears at this time that they are probably in one of Holly's memories. It looks like they're coming from Holly's school to Holly's bedroom in her house. So maybe they're going to escape from Camazotz using Holly's memories. We then get another scene of Holly and Max looking down some sort of hole as there is a ladder leading down to who knows where. But I imagine this is all from episode 6, Escape from Camazotz. Then heading over to Hawkins' lab, we get that same shot of Steve, Jonathan, Nancy, and Dustin arriving at Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down. Then we also do get a new shot of them walking through the doors of Hawkins' lab, and it looks like Steve and Dustin will pair up and Jonathan and Nancy will go separate ways. Then we get a voiceover from Dustin saying this whole time, everything we assumed about the Upside Down has been dead wrong. So this confirms that while they're in Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down, a crazy realization will go down. We then get a shot of that weird door out in a field, but then we see Holly and Max going through it, so who knows what this could be. Now, Steve and Dustin are shown looking up in Hawkins' lab at this ball of energy overhead, and we don't really know what this is exactly. We know from past trailers that this will cause some sort of explosion, but we don't really know why this is happening. We then see Eleven in the radio station as she's putting on headphones to enter the void. So she's probably trying to locate Holly or Max or maybe even Henry. Then Eleven voices over, "Help me find him to kill him," as then it is shown that she's talking to Callie, aka number 8. So it seems that Callie will actually have a big role in Volume 2 and 3 and basically help Eleven take down Vecna. So I'm really just curious and I wonder how they're going to use Callie in these next episodes. Then we see Henry shown standing in the pouring rain as lightning flashes, and I just wonder where he is in this scene. We then see shots of Jonathan and Nancy looking up at the sky on the roof of Hawkins' lab. Then we see this new shot of a ball of energy surging overhead as who knows what this could be. Murray is then shown driving his truck right by the gate saying "Showtime" over the radio. So I think Murray is in serious danger here and he could be a goner in this volume. Then we see some of our main characters here on the back of the truck. So this means that Dustin will make it out of the Upside Down alive. Then we see Dr. K and some soldiers firing at the truck as we see multiple bullet holes on the grass in Murray's truck as Murray ducks for cover. So I feel that Murray could definitely go out here. But then we see Nancy firing rounds back at Dr. K and the soldiers as she is not going to be messing around in this volume. Max and Holly are then shown running through Camazotz in the woods. Then we see them at the cave, but they look at something with frightened faces and it is probably Henry coming after them. We then get a shot of a Demogorgon turning a corner as Vicky turns to look, but you can actually see Robin behind her with a military guard. But back at the radio station, you can see Robin and Mike with Will as he is seemingly trying to tap back into the hive mind or Vecna's powers. Another shot confirms that even more characters are in the back of that same truck as we see Steve there along with Mike and Eleven. So that image proves that both Steve and Dustin will make it out of the Upside Down. A shot of a Demogorgon in the hospital is shown as we get that same look at Lucas holding Max as a demo is behind that corner. We then get a Jonathan voiceover as he says, "I don't know what's on the other side of any of this. If we want to stand a chance of surviving, we need to be a team." I feel like when he's saying this, he could be talking to Steve to make amends, or he could just be talking to the overall group and all. There's also this shot of Mike and Dustin hugging with Eleven in the background of the image. Eleven is then shown using her powers in what looks to be in Hawkins' lab, and we see the same shot of someone falling through the sky of Dimension X, and we won't really know anything about who this is as of right now. Then back at the hospital, we see multiple demos fully heading down the hallway towards Robin and the military guards. And something to note is that they go right past Vicky and they seem to just want to go to Robin and the guards. The next shot is at the Wheelers' home as we see what looks like to be another one of Holly's memories. We see Mr. Watson and Henry glitching into different forms, which then just leads to Henry, aka 1, taking over. Then Holly is shown looking on horrified as Vecna himself turns the corner with a full reveal and a Vecna voiceover saying, "It is time for a new world." So this line to me could be spoken out at any time through these 4 episodes. Then we see this same explosion above Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down, but we see it spread throughout all of Hawkins to even where Hopper is, and it hits that same wall. So I think that this explosion could be used to break down that wall leading to Dimension X. Then we cut to a shot of Callie breaking out as she takes down a guard. Robin is then shown at the radio station cranking the voltage to fry a Demogorgon they have strapped down. We then see Steve in a crazy callback telling Dustin, if you die, I die, to which Dustin responds the same. This is a callback to when Dustin said this to Steve back in season 3. So this scene is great to see, and it shows that we're going to get classic Steve and Dustin back at some point in these 4 episodes. We then get a super fast shot of Dustin sprinting through the halls of Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down, so who knows what he's running from in this scene. Eleven is then shown using her powers with both hands up as she seems to be pulling something down, and it could be the vines in the Upside Down. Then Eleven and Hopper are shown in some sort of debris as Hopper yells, come on, like if they need to get away from this area. But the final shot of the trailer reveals Vecna detaching from vines in that same area the kids are being held in the spires. To me, I feel like this could be inside the Mind Flayer or wherever the Mind Flayer goes to. This shot could even fully explain that the Mind Flayer has been in control this whole time and that Vecna has just been a little pawn. So that does it for the Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 2 trailer breakdown. Honestly, I'm so excited for Volume 2 and this trailer was great. Let me know what you guys thought about this trailer and if you guys are excited for Volume 2. Thank you guys for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one.